do the thing. Hang on. I know you'll be annoyed if I don't. Let me just also do one other thing because I want to... I know Jay's going to be fine, but I feel like I should at least do that. And then, of course, do that. Okay. All right, let me just do... Okay. Let me just pop this through. Okay, now, welcome to the stream. My name is Lee. You vibes tonight. Sure, that is fine. Yeah, that's... Okay. Tonight is Warhammer 40k night because we are doing... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first put up the Rogue Trader. Not that one. The Rogue... having a bad cramps, but I honestly... It's not going to get any better if I go lie down. So I'm going to stream for a little bit so I can hang out with all you guys. Let me just do a thingamabob very quickly. Beautiful. Okay. So Rogue Trader, actually I have a friend of mine. I just got my hands on a copy of Dark Heresy as a present from a friend of mine. So I might start doing for Warhammer. We might do that. That might be a thing we can do. But first, hang on. First things first is I have to pop onto my own server and let everyone know. Schedule. Yeah. Late night. All right. I'm fine. Okay. There we go. And one last one, I promise. Okay. Sorry about all the mix-up. Okay, now that that's all squared, we're gonna, my plan, such as it is, yeah. Cool beans. All right. Right. So, here's this. What I'm gonna open this up, and I think I have it set. I do have it set up so that writing automatically comes up. I'm gonna do that for now. I think next time we do Warhammer 40k, okay. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know if I should try eating something. That'll just make it worse. I don't know. I mean, so next time I'm going to start digging into Dark Heresy, which I have, but for now we're going with Expectus Primus. I'm thinking I should do okay, I'm gonna try food. I don't know if this is gonna end well. This is the only thing I have here, so we're gonna do this. Hopefully it doesn't end badly. Okay. Plan on all of this is that Ziel Harmon, we're gonna do Type Up, another Type Up stream. The reason we're doing another Type Up stream is because A, the book is falling apart, and B, my insides feel like they're crawling out. I don't know what's wrong. I feel fine. Okay, no, I don't. But it's just cramps. It's fine. It just hurts. I mean, going and lying down is not going to help anyway, so. And I want to hang out with all of you guys, you know? I want to stream when I say I'm going to stream. So we're gonna do, thank you for reminding me though, I need to, okay, here I am, okay, do this, no. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I think we're just gonna do a type stream. I'm gonna hang out here, see if anyone wants to come by and say hello. And just vibe with all of you, at least for an hour or two. Please say hi if you come by in the chat. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, Sarcow, right. I also think I didn't properly fill out Ziel, so I might have to. Bloodfire. It's a cool name for something. I don't know what it was. I think it was one of those things where someone said Bloodfire would be a really cool name. I'm like, yeah, that would be a cool name. So I wrote it down, and I've yet to find anything really cool to go with it, but it's there. Fire. These are all. Pharisia, okay. I have my notebook. So I'm thinking for next time on Tuesday. What my plan is I'm going to start streaming Dark Heresy. I'm going to play it for the first time on Saturday, so that could be fun. That should be fun. Actually, I really need to get a character ready for that. That's a debate. Let me just go here. Right. Okay. You're going to think I'm crazy. All right. We're going to well, that's working. We're working on that. We can do this back later. It's fine. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Trying to figure out how to get the computer to work more properly so that I can do something kind of epic and unexpected. Let's see what we can do with that. So, Dark Heresy. Okay. All right. We are going to do something a little unusual. We are going to, let's see. First, hit save. Always save your work, even if you close that. Okay. That's Rogue Trader. I'm gonna, let me see. Because this is kind of cool. I want to show you, everyone. That's because I just got that. There we go. That is Dark Heresy. That is the sister game, also by Fantasy Flight Games. In the same set of the early 2010s when they were doing the, all of the tabletop RPGs for they did Dark Heresy, they did Only War, they did Rogue Trader. I have my copy of Dark Heresy. This is also no longer because lost licensing rights. This was a present from a friend. Okay. In Warhammer 40k roleplay, Dark Heresy. In the Grim Darkness, role-playing in the Grim Darkness of the 41st Millennium, designed by... Boom. Okay. Introduction. Ooh. This one has a proper introduction. I'm excited about this. I'm just going to start at the beginning and read aloud for you guys. And if you guys vibe with that, I'm into this. Because I just, Oh, sorry. Let me get this out of the way so it doesn't look so... Yep. Okay. For more than 100 centuries, the Empire has sat... Okay. We ready? I'm excited. I'm pumped for this. This is good. Even if no one comes and joins me, I still want to hang and do this for a little bit. But I'm like excited for this. Let's do it. Let me pop this a little bigger so I can see better. Whoa. For more than 100 years, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, the master of a million worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He's a rotting carcass, withering invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the Imperium for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day so that he may never truly die. Yet in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Many battle fleets cross the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest amongst his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, the Imperial Guard, and countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name but a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat from aliens, heretics, and mutants, and worse. To be a man in such a time is to be one amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. There is no peace among the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, the laughter of thirsting gods. Wow, okay. Sorry. No, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. What did I... Oh, no, I didn't do anything. Okay, never mind. I did not... That's fine. It just did the thing. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. Okay. Pop down a little bit so I can see better. Okay. Wunderbar. So that's the general intro to the Warhammer 40k stuff, and it gets me every time. I love it. Ugh, I have to fix my hair also, but my whole in any case, yeah, my body is being uncooperative today. It was fine up until, like, my arm hurt weirdly, but the rest of me was pretty much fine, until the half an hour. Started walking home started walking to the bus stop, and then my stomach. No, I was fine for that too. I had the chips. I was waiting for the bus, and then right before the bus showed up, it was started, and then it just kept. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I don't mean to complain. Welcome to Dark Heresy, a role-playing game full of danger, mystery, and brutal violence set in the decaying, far future of Warhammer 40,000. You are about to embark on a perilous adventures in the dark heart of the 41st millennium. You stand on the front line of great and secret war. As an acolyte of the powerful Inquisition, you will root out threats to the Imperium of Man. You will engage in deadly combat against heretics, aliens, witches. You will face demonic possession, battle for the very survival amidst a web of conspiracy and betrayal. But perhaps the biggest threat you face is your fellow man, for the human soul is such fertile ground for corruption. It is your duty to shepherd mankind from the manifold paths of damnation with smoking bolt gun if necessary. Do not shirk from your noble calling, hard as it might be. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and these are the darkest times that humanity has ever known. The Imperium is beset by enemies both from within and without. It is up to you to stand tall and make a difference. Yes, you'll need the following. Rulebook. How to 3 or more people to play the game. Quiet place to play. Around a table is ideal. 3 or 4 hours of gaming time. Some 10-sided dice. 2 or more per player. Paper, pencils, eraser. Snacks, drinks, etc. See? Snacks are important. No, I find it interesting. They put snacks as on the list of necessary items. Back when I was young and naive, I thought I could create my own role-playing system, which I was working on. Back when I was younger and more naive, I managed to, I wrote up a list of things you need, and the one thing I said, it was anything else you can find a workaround for, but if you don't have a willingness, imagination and willingness to, suspend disbelief, then it's pointless, you will not be able to, properly play. Anything else, paper, pencils, are good, dice, necessary, pretty necessary, but you can find workarounds for pretty much all of it, but not for, you don't have that, it's no good. But, yeah, sorry. Right about now, you might be wondering just how a role-playing game works and what you need to jump into the action. Excellent. Such inquisitiveness is the mark of a fine acolyte. Of course, surviving what your curiosity uncovers is another. Well, rest assured, not only is role-playing fun and exciting, it's also very easy to learn. This book contains all the rules and information you need to get started. So you're already halfway there. Of course, you are merely reading this book in your local gaming store or bookshop. You should buy it immediately. Not only will this be a sign of your extremely good taste, you'll also be able to introduce your friends to a whole new world of compelling gaming. It's not illegal to buy, per se, but you can't buy it from the people who wrote it, so I feel like I managed to get a copy anyway, so it's cool. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. You may well have already played a role-playing game or RPG on your computer or game console, or indeed our companion hobby game, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. If you haven't, you basically need to know is that a role-playing game allows you and your friends to take the role of a hero at the center stage of a dramatic story. You get to pick what your heroes or player characters get to do. From there, they say how the fight... Sorry. Alright, let me search for a second so it goes... from what they say, to how they fight and what they look like, you and your friends get to shape the action. In concept, this all might seem rather chaotic. How is the story told? How do you decide what happens? What do you do if you and your friends disagree? That's where this book comes in. Warhammer 40k Roleplay presents you with the rules of play and describes the dark and gothic world of the 41st millennium. This book explains how to create your character, how to blast down aliens, how to uncover heretical secrets, and much more. Before you can begin, you and your role-playing group have to make an important decision. Who is going to be the game master? Who's going to GM? Yeah, that is an important decision. It's usually whoever agrees to. Perma-DMs is a thing. I'm going to try something. I know it's probably a bad idea with the... a little better. Acetaminophen is a wonderful thing. There you go. The Game Master, referred to as the GM, is the referee and lead storyteller, a person in charge of running the game. The GM does not play as others do. Instead, he or she presents the stories and situations, describes the wonders and perils of the galaxy, plays other characters, and adjudicates the rules. GM is the most important member of your group, so choose wisely. GM ought to be fair-minded, well-spoken, and imaginative. An eye for detail is also helpful. Mostly you just need to be willing to do it. That's the thing about GMing. Is you really just need to be willing to GM. If you are a GM, you need to know the rules of this book quite well. You can learn more about your job in Chapter 8, The Game Master. You may head there now if you wish. If you've already played Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, you will find much of Dark Heresy familiar, but be aware there are a few important details of the rules may differ from that game. If you are intending to be a player, keep reading. The next chapter will guide you through the process of creating your alter ego in the 41st millennium. In less than half an hour, you can be ready to play. Alright, less than half an hour. That'll put us at midnight. If it's true that you can create a character in less than half an hour, let's see. I'll roll. We're gonna roll one up. Live on stream. I did Tourmaline live as well. When I started out with Castles and Crusades, because it helps with that. Let me just do. Should probably have done that beforehand, but yes. Beautiful. Okay. Let me pop this open and pop you open. Okay. If anyone is around, let's see. Sorry. In less than half an hour, you can be ready to play. If you'd like to know a little more about the setting of Dark Heresy, have a read through Chapter 9, Life in the Imperium, and Chapter 10, The Inquisition. Those are going to be fun for later. If you're still not clear on what role-playing is, be sure to read the example play on page 10. This description illustrates what a game is like. Chapters. Introduction. Character creation. Creating character. Career paths are the building blocks of your character. They are both describe what you did before you became an acolyte and your role within your investigative group. This chapter details all the various career paths and also explains how you can improve and develop your character through gameplay skills. From interrogation to tech use, each character has a variety of learned skills that can employ. This chapter describes them all in detail. Talents, whether it's bulging biceps or unshakable faith, every character also has certain special abilities that make them unique. This character describes all talents. Armory describes the tools, trappings, and weapons and armors the acolytes may counter. Ooh, psychic powers. From firing bolts of pyrokinetic flame or issuing telepathic commands. Emperor gifted psychic powers are rare and dangerous. This chapter explains how they work and what happens when they go wrong. Sorry. In Dark Heresy, you'll be forced to fight for your life. It's a wide variety of heretical foes, and this chapter tells you how to do it. It also tells you how to make skill tests, spend fate points, and perform other rules-related actions. Game Master. This is the Game Master chapter they referenced above. The Game Master has a special role to play in any role-playing game, and this chapter explains how to take it on. In addition to advice on how to run a Dark Heresy game and how to be a good Game Master, it also contains rules for corruption and experience points. Experience is important. Fun fact, I created a, I run a Warhammer 40k game, and I have not given my players experience in over a month, and I feel bad about that, but also, we haven't played that many sessions, and even the sessions we do are generally pretty tame. They don't have many fights or anything, so it's, Life in the Imperium. This chapter describes the Imperium of the 41st millennium. It's all decaying, war-torn glory. The Inquisition. Dark Heresy you take on the role of an acolyte in the Inquisition. This chapter provides key background details about the mysterious organizations of the Inquisition. The Calixis Sector. The Calixis Sector is the core setting for Dark Heresy. This chapter provides an overview of the sector and then zooms in on 3 key planets. This should give the DM plenty of material to work with when running games. Aliens, heretics, and antagonists. The galaxy is fraught with all manner of deadly creatures. And this chapter provides background and game stats for various adversaries that can only be found in the Calixis sector. That can be found in the Calixis sector, not just necessarily just only. Illumination. Illumination is an introductory adventure that GMs can use to kick off their Dark Heresy campaigns. Be warned, though, this chapter is for GMs only and should not be read by the players. Good to know. I don't think I'll read it then, because I'm not game mastering this time. I get to actually play. So basically, in our 40k game, our Rogue Trader game, rather, basically one of my players was like, hey, why don't I GM for a little bit? I have, a copy of Dark Heresy. I'll share it around. We can have, you can take a break from GMing and playing. I'm like, heck, yeah, I'm doing this. So, alright. Except dice. 10-sided dice are the only type of dice you need to play Dark Heresy. Everyone will need access to at least 2 d10s, preferably of 2 different colors. Just like in a board game or tabletop role game, dice are used to inject an element of chance into Dark Heresy. As you read through this book, you'll discover there are various ways you can use your dice to produce results. The most common use of dice is the percentage roll, abbreviated to D% or D100. This roll produces a number between 1 and 100. To make a percentage roll, you'll need 2 10-sided dice. Choose one to indicate tens and the other to indicate units. You'll probably find it useful to have dice of 2 different colors to differentiate between them. Roll the dice and observe the results. The tens die forms the first digit of your result, whilst the unit dice gives you that last digit of your result. Example, Steve makes percentage rolls. His tens die shows an 8, whilst his unit dice shows a 6. Thus, Steve's rolled an 86. Sometimes you'll be asked to roll a number of dice and add the results together. In this case, the number of dice you need to roll are clearly written before the D10 abbreviation. For example, 2d10 requires 2 10-sided dice to be rolled and added together. 4d10 requires 4 dice to be rolled in total, and so on. Example, Steve wants to find out the amount of damage done by his last cannon. He needs to roll 5d10. That's a lot of damage. He picks up 5 10-sided dice and rolls them. He gets a 3, 4, 7, 7, and a 2, adding together to get 23. Finally, on some occasions, you will need to create a number between 1 and 5. This is known as rolling a 5-sided die, or D5. Though you can get actual 5-sided dice. I have one right here. A D5. They're rare and hard to come by. You could easily create the same effect by rolling a D10 and having the result, rounding any fractions up. Steve's character has been knocked unconscious for D5 hours. Rolls 1d10. That's a 7. Has a result of 4. Unfortunately, Steve's character will now be comatose for 4 hours. Shame. But, what are you going to do? Oh, no, don't put it 5 side up. Alright. Ooh! Example. If you are new to role-playing, I'm not new to role-playing, but, sure, let's pretend for half a minute we're new. And stuff. Do we have anyone? No, it's okay. I'll hang out and read for you guys, and if no one's here, they can watch the pod later. It's fine. Do pop by though if I guess you can't hear me to say pop by. Let's see. If you're new to role playing, you may still be unclear on how it all works. What follows is an example of play. It doesn't explain the rules of the game, that comes later, but it does show the basics of role playing and the game master's job, setting the scene, relating what the players discover as they explore and interpreting the rules. In this example, Jez is the game master. Lyra is playing Amosis 10, the assassin trained by one of the Imperium's many noble houses. Rick is playing Vilmos Polvi, an Imperial guardsman from Naval Security. Ooh. Will is playing Silas Ozdemir, an adept from the Scrivener's Star of Prol 9. Steve is playing Lazaro Uridar, an Adeptus Arbitrator. Ah, yes, the Adeptus Arbites. The law guys. Yeah. They make our cops look positively like kittens. The 4 player characters are all acolytes serving under Inquisitor Hastur Whitlock of Ordo Xenos. That's the alien one. They've been sent to a research station on the fringes of the Calixis sector to investigate a bizarre astropathic communication that the Inquisitor Whitlock received from Agent Tomas on the station. Ooh, okay. Jez, the DM. You've yet to find a living soul on the research station. No one greeted you in the landing bay. No one guarded the entranceway. No one has appeared in the shadowy vaulted halls. Now you're approaching what you think is the command center. What do you want to do? Rick as Vilmos. I'll sweep the quarter. Shotgun ready. Lyra as Amosis. When I get the hand signal from Vilmos, I'll approach the door and see if I can open it. Steve as Lazaro. Silas, you and I should hang back and cover them. That's great. Okay, Vilmos, you sweep the quarter and find no threats. Amosis, you get up to the door and discover it's security locked. I thought so. I'll use my security skill to try and open it. Rolls a security skill test, and she passes. So, as a note to anyone who's unfamiliar, basically you set the bar is set on what you need to roll. It's your characteristic plus any bonuses you have for your skill, and then you have to roll under that. So she would automatically know, she would automatically know what she had to hit unless the GM said, oh, also it's a plus 10 because it's, it's actually not that hard, or it's a minus 10 because it's really difficult. But you have to say that before the player rolls. So it doesn't allow you to fudge DCs as the DM, but it does keep you honest. So she passed her test. That's good enough. The lock was not hard to override. The rusting door slides open to reveal the command center. The first thing you notice is there's a lot of blood in here. Then the stench hits you like a blow to the face. The source of the smell and blood soon becomes clear. There are 3 bodies inside the command center. Emperor preserve us. Any enemies? None that you can see. I'll examine the bodies and check for survivors. I'll see if I can access the station data log. Vilmos, cover us. But of course, you don't want me fooling around with the machinery. No, we certainly don't. Weapons and cogitators don't mix. Amosis is right. Amosis is right, as evident from the ruined cogitators. They weren't shot, but something smashed them to pieces. As for the crew, there were no survivors. Whitlock said there might be a renegade Eldar in the area. I've seen wounds caused by their foul weapons before. Can I tell if this is what killed the crew? Good question. Make a Medicae test. Rolls a Medicae skill test. I made it. Just. Good work. You can tell these wounds were not caused by alien weaponry. 2 of the corpses seem to have been slashed by close combat weapons or maybe some kind of sharp claw. The 3rd corpse is headless. It appears as if its head exploded. A bolter shell, maybe? They explode inside their targets. You don't think so. There is at least some head left from a bolter shot. As you take a closer look at this corpse, you notice something else. Underneath the blood and gore, you see he's wearing the robes of an astropath. Zaro, I think we found our missing astropath. An astropath whose head exploded? Emperor, save us. That cannot be good. Which... Okay. The words are barely out of Lazaro's mouth when you hear a blood-curdling scream and the air turns chill. You hear heavy thuds from behind the closed door. Something is coming. Turn, protect us. Take cover. Stand firm and do your duty. The adventure continues from there. Who or what is behind the door? Just what happened at the research station. And where is Tomas, the missing agent of Inquisitor Whitlock? Rick, Lyra, Will, and Steve will find out as their adventure continues. Your own game, however, is just beginning. Important note about reality. When you take part in a role-playing game, you set aside reality and literal truth for a world of imagination and adventure. The Game Master is there to create a world for the players. All the ideas and the rules in this book are tools for the GM to use as they see fit. GM is ultimate arbitrator of the rules and may choose to modify, amend, or even ignore certain rules to better suit the playing style of your group. Abide by your GM's decisions as they are the one doing all the work to keep you and your group entertained. On a final note, it must be pointed out that Dark Heresy deals with mature themes and concepts. Demons, insanity, death, corruption, and despair are all integral elements of the Warhammer 40k setting. Just because Dark Heresy deals with these things doesn't mean every game session needs to be a harrowing experience. Dark Heresy is a game and it's meant to be enjoyable. Similarly, all things that are depicted in this book do not exist. Don't get confused, just play the game and have fun. Alright. Character creation. Okay. Creating your acolyte, homeworld, generate characteristics. Ooh! Okay. This is where it's getting good. Ready? This is the fun stuff. Okay, this is the fun stuff. We're doing this. We're going to go through it. We're going to build ourselves a character. Chapter 1, character creation. What is your duty? To look the universe in the face and then spit in its eye. To die with a curse on your lips and your fingers on a trigger. To know that you are doomed, but try anyway. Inquisitor Soldavan, Order Hereticus. In Dark Heresy, you take on the role of an acolyte, a trainee investigator in the service of a powerful inquisitor. You, out of the countless billions, have been chosen to play a part in the war so great and terrible that ordinary men must never learn of its secrets. Your master will task you with all manner of missions in which you will encounter witches, aliens, and demons. You'll be tempted with power and exposed to corruption. You, your allies, and even your master may fall under the thrall of dark gods. Should this happen, it will be your duty to purge with fire and righteousness. For the ruinous ones, the chaos powers are insidious in their evil and would destroy you and all of mankind if they could. You and your fellow acolytes must struggle to hold back the many threats that face humanity. You must do this knowing that your name will never be recorded in the annals of history. Power, fame, and grandeur shall never be yours. But you do not fight for these things. You fight because you must. You fight because failure will mean the destruction of the Imperium, the destruction of all mankind. It's not going to be easy. In the earliest stages, you are little better than anyone else of the 31st millennium. You are merely one of many scores of acolytes recruited to the Inquisition. You'll need to use your wits, luck, and skills of your companions to the best of your abilities if you are to survive. The longer you last, the stronger you become, the greater the foes you will be able to face. The war for the soul of mankind is unending, and even should you live long enough to become an Inquisitor, you will never know peace until the cold embrace of death. Wow, okay. When you die, you will not be missed, but mere glory never made heroes. Your struggle, your triumph, your failure, these are the things that matter. They matter because, Emperor willing, you will have made a difference, however small. In the 41st millennium, that is the greatest legacy a man may dare hope for. Creating your acolyte. You are not required to think, only to act. Cadet Commissar Jorian Etuar. To get started on your mission, you need to make an alter ego known as a player character. Creating your player character is a simple process that many people find fun itself. Find fun in itself. All of the the dozens and dozens of unplayed characters that you have spent your lives. Trust me, there are millions between everyone, between the RP, the dozens of players around the globe. There are so many untold. I wonder if, now that's a thought. I wonder if unplayed characters have like a thing. They exist in some bizarre. I want to know about unplayed characters. Like, is there like a repository where they all get stuck, with untapped potential, just sitting there waiting to be played and never get chosen, and so they languish there? Like, is that a thing that happens? I feel like it might be, and I'm not sure that's a terrible idea. Okay, now it's a really cool idea for a story, is all the languishing unplayed characters, you know, sitting in a corner attic, metaphorical attic somewhere. It's a thought, for later. Yeah, snow warning. Okay. Winter weather advisory, yeah. You'll find tools to construct an interesting persona with a history, motivations, and a clear idea about what the future will hold. Be aware, there may be unfamiliar terms, places, and concepts within this chapter, but have no fear. All will be explained as you explore the rest of this rulebook and learn of the Dark Heresy. Before you get started, you will need to gather some supplies. You will require 2 10-sided dice, or 2d10, as they will refer to out the rules. Okay, let's see. Let's grab, that's a d8. That's 1d10. Let's see what else we got. Alright, I got 2 d10s. These two, specifically. This set is from Cozy Gamer. This set is from a small-time resin artist whose team I don't have. Let's see. Detect Magic Dice. I actually got them from her as a sort of a deal because they were slightly flawed, or she just didn't feel like they were as pretty as they should be, and she was willing to auction them off for cheap, so I was like, okay, let's do it. These are nice dice, you know? They're gorgeous. And the ink, yeah, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, put them 10 side up, down here. Okay. Character sheet, a pencil, and an eraser. It's best to write everything down in pencil to start with, as you may end up changing or adding things as you go along. Still has a little lead. Hey, still got an eraser, too. Okay, we got a pencil and eraser. I don't have a character sheet, but I have... You know what? We're going to start typing this up. We're going to type it on... Give me a minute. Okay, let me see. Yep, if we... Boom, 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 boom. No. There. Yep, I have that ready. Okay, I can type as we go. Let's see. Best for everything, as you may have some spare scraps of paper to take notes. It's also used to get together with a group of people you'll be playing with when you make your PC. Not only is it more fun to compare things as you go along, you will be able to make sure that your characters are all complement one another. Ugh, I can't speak. There's 6 steps you should follow whenever you're creating a new acolyte. Each step is relatively simple. It consists of making a few choices and recording your selections onto your character sheet. Each stage's character creation process is as follows. Okay, let's do it. Stage 1, Homeworld. The very first step in creating your character is determining your homeworld. The Imperium is a vast place filled with innumerable worlds, cultures, and civilizations. Dark Heresy contained 4 broad homeworld archetypes common to the Calixis sector. Feral World, Hive World, Imperial World, and Voidborn. Your homeworld says a lot about you, where you came from, what you may look like, your mannerisms, and your perspective on dealing with others. Step 2, generate characteristics. Many of the key things about your character are defined in terms of numbers. They are called characteristics. They represent your acolyte's capabilities, ranging from physical characteristics, such as strength and toughness, to mental ones like intelligence and willpower. I think it's, Ooh, they even have a roll chart for a random homeworld. That's cool. I had to, because the, Because Rogue Trader has the origin path system, they don't have a way to randomly roll. I mean, I did manage to randomly roll. But, they didn't have a chart for it. And this one has a chart. Actually, if we're rolling D100s, let's... I know this is a complete set of percentiles. I think, I don't know when this was written, percentile dice must have been a thing, right? Like, they must have known people could get percentile dice. So I don't know why they keep not bringing that up. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I feel like they must have known you could get percentile dice. And have the ones with the 10 digits already there, so, like, as a set. But, whatever. Okay, then... While your homeworld and characteristics are important for understanding your character, it is your career path that defines your character's function within the game. Dark Heresy has 8 career paths. Adept, Arbitrator, Assassin, Cleric, Guardsman, Imperial Psyker, Scum, and Tech Priest. As you play the game, your rank within your career path will increase. Sorry. I kind of want to play Scum just to... Oh, wow. This opens doors to a host of new options, giving you means to customize your Acolyte. Spend experience points by equipment. This is where you can further customize your Acolyte. All characters begin play with an amount of experience points to represent their lives prior to serving the Inquisitor. You may spend your starting experience to purchase new skills and talents, improve your characteristics. See Chapter 2, Career Path for details. Acolytes also receive some training starting money, which you can use to buy additional weapons, armor, and equipment for Chapter 5 Armory for your character should you choose. This is where you add fate points and wounds. This is still the point where you end up with fate points and wounds. Well, I'm well familiar with that. I think it's the different books are meant to be compatible. Let's say I think it was like a level 5 Dark Heresy was equal to a first rank Rogue Trader, I think was the way they put it. So that was with the understanding. Let's see. Okay. Bringing your character to life. Once all the numbers are finished, it's time to flesh out your Acolyte. This stage helps you define your character's appearance, their past, their temperaments, beliefs, and more. This is an important step as it helps you portray your character during gameplay and makes your Acolyte a unique being, helping set him apart from the others who may fill a similar niche. Stage 6 is Play Dark Heresy. With all this complete, you are now ready to play Dark Heresy. Cool. Alright, let's see. Stage 1, Homeworld. And, I already said we're rolling for it, so let's, your Dark Heresy character may work for the Inquisition now, but that was not always the case. The type of world your character grew up on affects many things about them, from their physical abilities, skills, and temperament to their appearance and career paths they may choose. If you have an idea about the type of character you would like to play, you may select a homeworld from your any of the types described on the table. Otherwise, feel free to roll the dice and see what the Emperor has chosen for you. Alright, obviously we're rolling the dice, right? We know this. This is how I roll. And I am, honestly curious enough that we're just going to roll it. We're going to roll for it. We're going to do random. I mean, that's how I ended up with a wizard for CNC, I think, was I rolled randomly. And Tourmaline kind of did. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Okay. So, let's see the chart. This is the chart we're using. 1 through 20 is a feral world. Feral worlders are big, strong, and tough. Perfect if you want to play a character that is good at fighting. Hive world. Hivers are fast-talking, quick-thinking individuals. Perfect if you want to play a character who can bluff their way out of anything. Imperial world. Imperial citizens come from all sorts of different planets and cultures, so make great characters if you want to play something who is good all-rounder. Imperial citizens have the widest choice of careers available to them. Voidborn. Voidborn are weirdly lucky and strong-willed. Perfect if you want to play a Skiker or a Scholastic character. Alright, sounds good. Let's do it. Um, 46 through 90 is Imperial World because that's the highest chance, I guess. All right. Hives 1 through 20, so 21 through 45, so a little greater chance on Hive World than Feral World. 10% on the Voidborn, so yeah. They're weighted differently, I think, which makes sense given, the nature of the Imperium. Alright, let's see what we got. We got percentile dice. We're rolling them. Let's roll. 31, which is a Hive World. Okay. We can do that. I should write this down. Hang on a second. Let me just, make a note. Beautiful. Dark Heresy character. Okay. Hive Worlder. Alright. We're from a Hive World. Let's do it. Alright. Leave to the home world. No down. Starting skills and traits, your character sheet, and move on to the next stage. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Alright. Should we read all of them? Here's an interesting question. Should we read all of them? Or should we, move on to the next stage? It is almost midnight now. I'm gonna skip this for now. I'm just read the one. Okay. Feral World PCs. Ew. Alright. Apparently this is what people from Feral Worlds look like. Hive World. The great hives are not like other worlds in the Imperium, and you are not like the common man. Technology has surrounded you all your life, and you find its rarity elsewhere bemusing. You are an adventurer, an opportunist, more inquisitive than your fellows, and certainly quicker on the draw. Hive worlds are home to countless teeming millions. The population is so dense that frequently the entire surface of the world is covered with enormous cities stretching from horizon to horizon. Many hivers labor in thankless obscurity, manning huge factories that churn out endless streams of weapons, chemicals, or other vital goods. Others run with violent gangs in the dark of the underhives, living off their wits, guts, and firepower. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium. They are industrial worlds, producing munitions for the Emperor's armies, in vast factories, mining valuable minerals, and refining fuel for the Imperial fleet. The planets are usually barren and hostile, with much of the Hive's world surface inhospitable, sometimes deadly to human life after centuries of pollution. The hives themselves are astonishingly large, massive urban conglomerates, spires of adamantine and rockcrete that cover continents and stretch for miles into the sky. Each hive houses millions, even billions of imperial citizens, and its nation in its own right, with its noble houses ruling many empires, trading and sometimes fighting with other hives. Palls of thick, acrid smoke cling to the lower portions of the hives below the upper sections. Those gleaming spires that rise above the cloud cover. Only the wealthy can afford to live in the upper sections of a hive, and the working class must never see the light of the sun. Within the spires reside the noble houses, decadent, wealthy members of great imperial families, or the richest merchant overlords. Spires contain broad, airy spaces and splendorous, unimaginable to those who dwell in the darkness below. Below the spires, heavy gateways and security patrols regulate passage between the upper levels and the rest of the hive. Beyond this point lies the vast bulk of the working hive, the hive city. The population are often so large as to be unmanageable, and hives rely on this constant recycling and imports to provide food. And basic materials for the teeming masses. For most people, life in the hive is tough. Conditions are squalid and unsanitary. The very air breathed by the countless hivers is recycled from the spire above and pumped through the rest, growing ever more bitter and poisonous the further down it filters. Even the water is distilled from the discharge of the upper hive. Food is factory-produced, sometimes algae-based or spun from corpse starch. Pollution and overcrowding are the least of hivers' worries, as gang violence and outright anarchy is part of everyday life. Particularly at the lower levels. Most hivers know only their own hive city and do not leave it during their lifetime. They may never see the sky or set foot on the surface of their own planet. Their life is one of servitude in the manufactorum, coupled with struggle for survival and increasingly crime-ridden hab levels. Those few that do manage to leave the hives are often of a nervous disposition and suffer terribly from agoraphobia. Beneath the hive city is a lawless frontier known as the Underhive. These underhives are creations of catastrophe. Explosions, water pollution, and power failure and collapsing access tunnels are common occurrences in the lower parts of the hive cities. Sometimes the damage is repaired, but more often than not, the appeals of the refugees fall on deaf ears and the underhive expands. In this area, normal habitation is impossible, but underhives still serve as a refuge for hive scum, outlaws, and mentally unstable, though in some instances, entire subcultures manage to develop and subsist in this inhospitable realm. It is a region outside of formal social structure of the hive, though some people are forced to live there as entire levels are accidentally cut off from the hive city. Heavily barricaded settlements form the only havens of order in the underhive, though even here the law of the gun is the only recognized authority, and those who go unarmed are rare. Underhives are frontiers in more ways than one, and often seen as a necessary evil. They separate the hive city from the hive bottom, a desolate, polluted waste long since abandoned and partially flooded by centuries of effluence and industrial waste. In the hive bottom, the only living things are the most monstrous mutants. Sometimes these foul creatures find their way into the underhive, and in a hive city, parents scare their children with stories of swamp spawn or plague zombies. Minor mutation is common in the underhive, and is often overlooked by desperados who reside there. However, sometimes fanatical cults such as redemptionists launch one of their crusades into the underhive to cleanse it of its mutants. Some are never seen again. Not all hivers are content to serve their world in the timeless fashion. Some dream of better lives, driven by desire for wealth, freedom, power of adventure, or just the urge to escape the bludgeoning poverty. You're one such hiver, a young adventurer willing to chance it all for a taste of wealth, prestige, and power. Hivers are resourceful and quick-witted, and more likely to rely on gadgets and fast-talking than outright confrontation. All hive-worlders can converse in the common cant of their home, each unique to their hive of origin. Hive-worlders gain the speak language, hive dialect, intelligence skill. Okay. We should write that down. Skills. Okay, we got that one. We got one skill so far. That's pretty good. That is a... Wow, okay. Gain the following traits. Record all these in your character sheet. Accustomed to crowds. Hivers, hive worlders gain the following trait. Yes. Hivers grow up surrounded by immense herds of humanity. They are used to weaving through even the densest mob with ease. Crowds do not count as difficult terrain for hivers, and when running or charging through dense crowd, hivers make no penalty to the agility test to keep their feet. Okay. Let's set traits. How do we spell accustomed? At least in the British. ACCUS Toment. Okay. So take no penalty. This is actually a similar, Hive Worlders from in Rogue Trader also get the same nice little perk because, you know, that's how you do. You grow up with the crowds. It's the same theory. Okay. Caves of Steel. Ooh. Running or charging through dense crowd. Okay. Okay, we got accustomed to crowds. We got Caves of Steel. To a hiver surrounded by at all times by metal, machinery, and industry, the arcane mysteries of technology are not so strange. Treat the tech use int as a basic skill. Okay. And then Hivebound. Hivers seldom endure the horrors of open sky or the indignity of the great outdoors. -10 penalty to all survival. In tests while out of a proper hab. The Hiver... -10 to all survival checks in general. And while out of a proper hab, places without manufactured goods, solid ceilings, and electrical power, takes a -5 penalty to all intelligence tests. Okay. Hivebound. Well... How did they put it? Well, outside of a proper hab. Okay. Okay. What else we got? Wary. Hivers are constantly alert for the first hint of trouble, be it a gang shootout or hab rider or hive quakes. All hivers gain a +1 bonus to initiative rolls. Ooh. All right. So that's a cool thing. Okay. Okay. And then there's Imperial Worlders. Hive-worlds can take the following career paths. Arbitrators are usually skilled riot officers, adept at beating down uprisings and sedition in the tightly packed quarters of the hive. They may come from a family of traditional lawkeepers or perhaps joined out of a sense of civic duty. Whatever the case, they learn to bring justice to those that would threaten the order of the Imperium. Assassin. Hive-world assassins are usually prowling bounty hunters skilled at finding and destroying their men. They might be hired by rivals to settle a difficult gang war or end a corrupt competing trade house. Others move among the glittering spire nobility, sowing poison and death in their wake, a deadly instrument in the cutthroat world of politics. Hive-world clerics usually minister to the toiling masses of the middle hive, exhorting them to ever greater works in the Emperor's name. Others may tend to the spiritual needs of the upper classes or even seek to save the souls of gang scum deep in the bowels of the hive. Guardsmen. Hive-world guardsmen are often from the rank of the hive militia or Imperial Guard Tithe, trained troops who act to defend the hive against rival cities, attacks by outlaw savages, or internal strife. Others are privates, foot soldiers drawn from the ranks of the personal armies controlled by nobles or trade houses. Others still are brutal gangers, adept at dealing death and defending their gang territory. Imperial high world psychers are usually plucked from their birth class and dragged into the service of the nobility. Many endure a life of indentured servitude, truth-saying business dealings, or reading fortunes for fashionable matrons. Others are recruited to dampen the psychic resonance of the millions of souls packed within the metal skin of the hive. Some soothe and numb the workers, whilst others hunt out seditious, mutated, or secretly psychic. Hive world scum are usually of the downtrodden lower class of the hive. Some are vicious gangers ready to murder at a moment's notice, whilst others are petty thieves or skeevers. Some may be middle hivers living life outside the norm, whilst a rare few might be the children of noble families, driven to a life of disrepute by scandal, disinheritance, or boredom. Whatever the case, they possess a reckless disregard for authority and law, living by theft, lies, and chicanery. Tech priest. Hive-world tech priests are usually recruited from hereditary castes dedicated to maintaining the fabric of the hive itself. Many tech priests view other hivers as little more than organic components in the glorious machine spirit of the city. Others delve into the deep and forgotten places to seek out the lost secrets of the hive's origins. Okay, so we got arbitrator, assassin, cleric, guardsman, imperial psyker, scum, and tech priest. We have 7. That's a d6 if you leave off arbiter, and I think we're leaving off arbiter. So it's 6, right? That makes 6. Okay. So hive worlders. Okay, then we got imperial world, which is coolness. Adept. Okay. Ill-omened. Oh, yes, that's... Okay, characteristics. Do I have any characteristic bonuses, or do I get any bonus to that? Hive world. No, apparently not. I don't get any characteristic bonuses from being a hive world. That's okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Ready? Characteristics represent your character's raw ability in a variety of physical and mental areas. Characteristics are rated on a scale from 1 to 100. Your character's characteristics are important for a variety of reasons, but principally they are represent your ability to succeed at certain actions. Since you want to roll under your characteristic when attempting to do something in the game that has dramatic consequences, the higher your characteristic, the better off you will be. There's weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, agility, intelligence, perception, willpower, and fellowship. Okay, sorry. They have the same ones as the 16 through 20 is poor, inferior. 26 through 35 is average, apparently. If you get more than 40, you're great. Characteristic bonus. Oh, you get a 2d10 plus 20, not 2d10 plus 25. Good to know. Let's see. Each, Each characteristic's corresponding bonus. Characteristic bonus equals the 10 digit of the score. For example, a character with 41 strength has a +4 strength bonus. Generally, characteristic bonuses are used to determine success in situations or tests that have variable results. See Chapter 7 for more details. Okay. All characteristics are generated by rolling a d20 and adding the numbers on the dice together. This done, you add a modifier determined by your homeworld. These modifiers can be found on table 1-3, which is right here. Do this for the characteristic until you have results for all 9. When recording your characteristic in your character sheet, remember to write the first digit of the number in the circle. That way you can see what your characteristic bonuses are at a glance. That's handy. Since you're playing a character that is expected to be cut above the rest of your menu, you may re-roll any one result. Should you choose to do this, you must keep the new result even if it's worse. Each warrior dies and is laid upon the mighty altar of battle with toll of a bell and a scratch of a quill, we shall count his days in death as in life. Alright. So there's no alternate theories. Alright, let's do it. We're going to start with weapon skill. We're going to roll 2d10 and yeah, we're going to roll up. Let's do it. We're rolling. Okay. Skills. Okay, characteristics. Let's see. Let's start with weapon skill. Go from there. Weapon skill. Alright, we're rolling this. We're going to use these 2 d10s. Because we're adding them and it's not percentile. 2d10. I've rolled against +20, so... Ooh, that's just 10 and a 7. I like this. Okay, 17 plus 20 is 37. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, higher side average. Let's see. Weapon skill is 37. Ballistic skill is next. I believe. Yep. Okay. 2d10. Also 20. Yeah, I think everyone gets, okay, an equal number of 25s and 15s, except Imperial World, who just gets 20 on everything. Makes sense. Feral World, they get 2 25s but 2 15s, and I World get 1 15, which was toughness, and a 25, which is fellowship. Ooh, fun. And then Voidborn get 15 in strength, but a 25 in willpower. Okay. So we get 20 plus 20 ballistic skill. It's not so. Well, that's a 10. All right, and that is a 4. Okay. That's 14. Plus 20 is 34. Okay. We're doing okay with this. Let's go with the next one. Ballistic skill. Strength. We get a 20 in that too. It's the toughness we don't get the 20 in. Okay, so strength. Here we go. Ready? That's an 8. Not bad. 9. It was 17. Okay, that's pretty good. So we got 17 plus 20 is 37. Okay, we're doing okay with this. Then we get toughness. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. Ready? Well, not tricky, but this is where we have a disadvantage. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I'm evolving. Okay. Toughness, I only got a 15. Plus 15. Because I, growing up in a hive. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, okay. 11 plus 15 is 6. 26. Sheesh. Okay, 26, right? Yeah, 26. 11 plus 15. Not great. Yeah. Agility. Okay. Alright. There we go. That's a 5 and an 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13. Plus 20 is 33. Yeah. On the better side. Let's see. That's agility. Intelligence is next. Eight plus 8, 16. Okay, then we got 16 plus 20 is 16 plus 20. 16 plus 20 is 36. Intelligent. Okay, we got intelligence. We got perception. Also 20. Okay. Ooh, that's a 1 and a 9. So 10, exactly average, which is 30. Figures. Okay, then we got willpower. Also 20. That's a 10. That's a 13. That's 13 plus 10 is 20 is 33. Again. Okay, hang on. Okay, and we got fellowship. Now this one's pretty good, so we got plus 25 on this, so we gotta roll high, because, I mean, you don't necessarily need 1 and a 4. That's a 5. That is a 30. That is pathetic for a hive worlder. Okay. So we're not good with people, but we're... Hi! Chico, chica. Chica, with an E at the end. It's cool. Hello, welcome. Oh, check it out. You ready? Alright, we're on page 23. Just remember that. 24 actually, but... Dark Heresy. This is the role-playing game that, it's like a sister game to Rogue Trader, and I just got my hands on it. So we are rolling up a character that is all completely randomly. We just rolled up characteristics. We got a 30 for fellowship. We're supposed to be the highest score, but you know, that's what you do. It's our second lowest after pathetic toughness. So not tough or personable. We have to rely on other skills. That is unfortunate, but you know, just what it is. Yeah. You were the first person to chat, so, but I've been kind of hanging out here and putting together. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Wait, let me go to 23. Then, all right. Generating characteristics. Which we, Oh! We get one reroll. Hang on. We get one reroll. We get one reroll. But you have to take the second result even if it's worse. The question is, yes, absolutely. You can't get much worse than a 5 on 2d10s. I say that now. So either he's gonna, lean into the thing or actually get a decent characteristic. We're gonna check this out. We're gonna take fate. Let's do it. Let's. Come on. Oh, that's a 2 and an 8. That's a little better. That's a 10. That's a 35. So, okay, that's still not great, but doable. He does have... Oh, wow, he only have a 30 perception. So, yeah. Not good at noticing stuff. Or tough. But is on the better side of being personable, which is actually helpful if you are not tough or good at noticing things. We shall see. What's his highest? Out of curiosity. Highest is weapons. Okay. Let's see. The highest is his weapon skill and strength. So, good at stabbing people. Okay. That works. Good at stabbing people. Relatively smart. 36, which all of this is within average, but, relatively smart. Good at stabbing people. Strong and good at stabbing people. I mean, that's not a bad setup. Alright. We good. We got this. Oh, I know I have to do, Valdez's, response to Sig, but we're working on that. Determine career path. After generating your homeworld and characteristics, your next step is to determine a career path. A career path is a rough guideline of who you are, what you can do, and your place in the Imperium. A career path helps guide your character's development, determining your starting gear, skill, talents, and a variety of other factors, helping to build a place for yourself within the party of acolytes. To determine your career path, you may either choose from one of the available to your homeworld, or if you wish to trust Fate and Emperor, you can generate randomly. If you choose the latter, roll a d100 and compare the results under the homeworld column of Table 4-1 Career Paths. Well, I guess we're rolling randomly. Once you know your career path that your character is on, copy down all of the relevant information onto your character sheet. Starting skills, talent, and gear. In some cases, you will need to make a choice between one thing or another. If in doubt over which to choose, ask your GM for advice. In addition, some talents require prerequisites, such as having a certain score and a characteristic. For the purposes of starting talents, characters may ignore the prerequisites. Ooh, I like that. Before play begins, you will get a chance to make further improvements on your characters. For details, stay speed stage 4, 28-29. As the mind to the body, so the soul to the spirit. As death to the mortal man, so failure to the immortal. Such is the price of all ambition. Then you got Dept, Arbiter. Okay, so we're gonna, because it is 12:30, we're gonna roll for Homeworld, Hiveworld. Okay, we rolled randomly for that. So let's, we're gonna take these dice, put them 10 side up, right here. Then we're going to take these ones, which are the D100 set, and roll, and see where we get. Okay, sounds good. 86. Alright. Scum. We got Scum. Okay, I said earlier I wanted to play Scum, and now we are... Okay, we are Scum. We are officially Scum. Okay. That works. We are terrible people. Okay. Good at stabbing people, though. This is a useful skill set if you're Scum, apparently. Let's see. Let's go with Life is a War and I'm gonna win. Imperial Psyker. Trait Sanctioning Psyker. Ooh. Sanctioning, Ooh, fun, Scum. Yeah, crime pays. Why else do you think I do it? Verbal Boz, Fenxworld Hiveganger. Scum are the criminals, outcasts, conmen, gangsters, thieves, and desperados of the Imperium. They're the flotsam and jetsam of society. For all their dubious origins, they do have numerous skills that are highly useful for secretive, quasi-legal tasks, such as stabbing people. From picking locks to street stabbings, forgery and fencing legal goods, Scum have what it takes to get the dodgy things done. Whilst neither strong nor particularly tough, Scum are good at social skills as well as being rather agile. Perfect for getting in and out of trouble. He's good at stabbing people. We've established he's good at stabbing people, which is in and of itself a useful skill set. And he's not terrible at social skills, so... Alright, so, starting skills, speak language, low gothic. Ooh, blather. He's good at distraction. Low gothic. Which is int-based. I take use basic int. Okay, so we got this. Speak language, low gothic. Let's see what we got for skills. Ooh, blather, which is which is distraction. Which is kind of what you do actually. Distract me from, but like on purpose. And I believe it is a fellowship. It is a fellowship based. Charm, also fellowship. Or dodge, agility. Dodge is agility. Agility. Oh, deceive. Ooh, we got deceive. Hang on. Fellowship. He's good at lying, apparently. Hang on. When needed. Awareness. Perception. Yeah. Lowest stat, but, you know, he kind of has some common sense. And let's see. Ooh, common lore Imperium, int. He knows a little about the Imperial history, which is, you know. Random snippets of Imperial history. Always useful. So, we got all those. Then, we got skills. Then we got talents. Okay, let's put a... Okay, ambidextrous or unremarkable. So we only get, which is higher, agility or... Agility is not... Alright, talents is... So we get ambidextrous or unremarkable. I'm going with ambidextrous. No. Unremarkable. He's good at being boring looking. That's an important skill set when you don't have the agility for sneak. Unremarkable. What else we got? Melee weapon training, primitive. As in knives. He's good at stabbing. Let's see. Pistol training. And basic weapon training. This one? No, it was a gift from a friend. Yeah, a friend gave me a copy. It's out of print. You can't legally buy it from the company that made it. Because of, they lost the licensing rights, so they can't legally sell it anymore. So, it's one of those books. Yeah. I know. It's awesome. It's one of the ones that was published in, it was the early 2010s. They lost the licensing rights in 2017. But yeah, cover art is actually brilliant. Oh, tech priests have the implants. Starting rank, Dreg. Okay, cool. Ooh, we have a auto clip or a shotgun. So we can have a shotgun or, okay, so pistol training, SP. And basic weapon training. SP. Okay, basic. Good. Yeah, I had a friend, one of my players from the Rogue Trader game that I tend to run on Saturday. Okay, interesting. One of the players is like, hey, I have Dark Heresy. A Dark Heresy book. You guys want, I'll get you each, I'll hook you up with copies, and then you can, we could do a brief, foray into, like a one-shot kind of deal. Like a brief break from the campaign and let someone else GM for once. So I do not have to GM this. I get to play as Hiver Scum, apparently. But, still. Good at stabbing. Alright, let's give him a shotgun. So we get shotgun and 12 shells, an auto pistol and 1 clip. So we get a shotgun gear. Shotgun. 12 shells. Auto pistol. Well, we get a full clip for... Plus, we can buy more. And he's more of the stabby anyway. Brass knuckles or club. I'm gonna go with brass knuckles. A knife. Because you need it for the stabbing. Quilted vest or beast furs. Streetwear or rags or dirty coveralls. Poor quality clothing. Okay, so we get a quilted vest. Yes, we get quilted vest. True. And streetwear. Okay. Yep, we have streetwear. Okay. Just random clothes. Okay. Poor quality clothing. So, we get, go to page 82. Yeah, no, I'm just... It's toward the end of the stream. No. I was a lot... more excited earlier. Though I did have a nip with really bad cramps. But no, just getting kind of tired, but I want to get a character created before I go to bed. Scum. Here we go. Eesh. That's a hat. Why do you put purity seals on the hat if you're a scumbag? Okay. Ooh, ranks. We go from... Let's see. We get Dreg, Outcast, Outlaw, Renegade, and then Rogue. And then we can go Fixer, Shark, and Charlatan, or Cutter, Stubjack, Ganglord. Okay. So we start off as a Dreg. Go from there. Here we go. You see, you've won again. I told you I was no good at cards. I'll play one more round, but only because you insist. Rethius Oral, Barking Saint, Hive Sibelius. As has always been the case, the flotsam and jetsam of humanity seems to attract each other and thrives in the darkest of places. The Imperium is a vast, unforgivingly hard regime to subsist in, and so the unwanted and uncared for fester and even flourish in the most unlikely and inhospitable places. The Underhive, deserted hablocks, or even entire moons that are now robbed of any valuable resource hold what the enforcers collectively call scum. They are mankind's detritus, who have no place in imperial society. Even the ecclesiarchy seems to have given up on them, although some missionaries persist in trying to save their souls, even if their intercession is not requested. Scum is a catch-all term that covers everything from thieves, Imperial Guard deserters, escaped penal convicts, confidence tricksters, fallen nobles, gangers, murderers, habrats, and all manner of criminals and unsavory characters. Despite the collective term, there are many who have skills Inquisitors find useful in their line of work. When the Inquisitor needs someone with low moral values who will fire upon innocents when ordered or shoot someone in the back without a second thought, he's going to be an acolyte. Is going to be an acolyte who has spent his life on the fringes. It is going to be an acolyte who has spent his life on the fringes of imperial society. Ugh. Okay. Like this asshole right here. As well as moral ambiguity, scum often have more practical skills that come in use during investigation, such as stabbing people, breaking into property unnoticed, finding black market goods, a mark that needs charming or a suspect intimidating, are all talents that that make the acolytes' lives easier. An Inquisitor does not pick up just any felon he happens to stumble across to become his agent and serve as an acolyte. The scum must be trustworthy to an extent, and their talents need to be considerable. He needs to be more than just a common ganger. Agents such as this can range from a nimble, double-jointed cat burglar, the fast-talking charmer who can play the long con, card Turk that never loses, or the fence that with contacts across the breadth of the subsector. Having lived and survived in such tough conditions means that it will frequently be the scum that is the source of some acrimony and does not always get on with the other acolytes in the cell. His moral values and reasons for participating may be entirely different from the others and so make him a source of contention. Reasons why such a character may join the employ of an Inquisitor in the first place are manifold. Some do it for the sheer thrill. Some as a sentence for some past crime. Some are being paid, whilst others have skills an Inquisitor needs and so are ordered or threatened to participate. For an Inquisitor, it matters little what the motive is as long as they fulfill their part of the mission. Inquisitors can and will use all tools necessary to carry out their duties. They do not care if that is using the highest born noble or the most inhuman villain. It is the end goal that is important, not the method for achieving it. Alright. So, let's see, what do we get for scum? Character advances. Don't look at the dreg targets. You'll only encourage them. Beggars, thieves, and baseborn scum. The dregs of society are nevertheless hardy and surprisingly capable. Ooh, an awareness extra plus 10 in awareness. Sound constitution. And then these are things we can do. So I have to boom, 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 boom. How much experience points do I get? back up to 23, right? Ish. Generate characteristics. Here we go. Let me just map this down a little bit. We're gonna figure this out. Determine career path. Assassin, guardsman. Scum. Right. If you knew back then what you know now, would you ask, why my lord? You wouldn't ask, why my lord, but how? From the rhyme of the ancient acolyte. Once you've determined your career path, your next step is to note down your character's wounds, fate points, movement, and starting wealth. Finally, spend your starting experience points by referencing important appropriate rank advances in Chapter 2 before moving on to Stage 5. Alright, wounds. Wounds are a vital part of any characters and represent how much punishment they can take before suffering serious injury. Roll determine your character's starting number of starting wounds. So Hive World is D5 plus 8. So I think we're gonna roll the D5 because we have one. Alright, let's do it. 1. Alright, so that's 9. Alright. Apparently we are not tough. Wounds. Wounds is 9. If you want to burn points, you can give me a reroll or two. I have a thingamabob, I think. If you want to burn 100 channel points. Or character could just suck. He might just suck. He's good at stabbing, which is sufficient. Fate points is how many fate points? Oof, let's see. How many we get? Acolytes are unique individuals that are destined to do the Emperor's work. Fate represents the special destiny that sets us aside from the teeming mass of humanity. Roll on the table. Let's see. Put this 5 side up. Roll on the table to determine your character's number of fate points. Well, we'll see how long he survives. He might do okay. He might end up with a lot of fate points, and even if he does, okay. All right. Hang on. Don't just take. I can't reroll the whole. What am I supposed to do? Reroll every characteristic? All right, let's start with rerolling fate point wounds. And then back the other 3 as useful. Let's note this down. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Hang on, that's 5 rerolls. Okay, so there's 4. Alright, we'll start with rerolling the wounds. And then go from there? Okay. I think that would be useful. Let's do that. Alright, we're rerolling wounds first of all. We got a D5. Let's see. Well, that's a 3. Okay. That's 11. Double digits. This is good. Fate points. Alright, let's see. Fate points, we haven't even rolled that once yet. So let's start with 1 roll for fate points. Sounds like it's raining. It was supposed to snow today. Okay. Ready? Hive. Okay, so we get 1, 2, or 3. Let's see what we get. Alright, That's a 6. So that is 2. 2 fate points. Alright. It's not at the end of... Pretty average. Alright. Alright. Movement is... Agility bonus. Our agility bonus is... I can do math. Agility bonus is... What's our agility bonus? Hang on. Agility is 33. Okay, agility bonus is 33. So that's 3. I don't think we're going to get much better than 3 anyway. So let's see. 3 brings us... Full move is 6. Charges... Okay, let's write down the movement. And then I will start a couple rerolls. Hang on. Agility bonus is 3, so... Movement. Half being 3, full being 6. Yeah, basically you can move up to your... Charge is 9, and run is 18. Oh yeah, it is the same theory. Okay. So yeah, that's in meters. So charge is 9, run is 18. Charge is 9, run is 18. Okay. Let's Alright. First, hit save. Always save your work. Second is we'll reroll perception. First, let's reroll perception. It's a plus 20, so it's 2d10 plus 20. Rerolling perception. Alright, that's 13. Which plus 20 is 33. Okay. We got a little better. You see? Alright. We'll go with, fellowship, which was 35. Let's use 1 to... it's a plus 25, so we should be able to do... It's an 8 and an 8. Okay, 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 25 is 36, 40. That brings us to 41. Okay. Okay. That is a much better fellowship. Yeah. Math. You're gonna do math too. Alright. That is good. We get 2 left. Toughness. Toughness is only a plus 15. So we probably should re-roll that. Let's do it. So toughness is a plus 15, so we'll see what we can get. It's a 10 and a 2. That's 12. 12 plus 15 is 27. Okay. Still slightly better. Got one more. Should I re-roll? Try to get a 3rd fate point? Yeah, exactly. Let's re-roll the fate. I mean, I guess we could re-roll agility. Try to beat a 13. Alright, then we'll reroll the agility, see if we can't get a better than a 13. Take the last one, ready? See if we can't get better agility. 13. 9, 10, 11. Nope. Alright, let's... So... 11 plus, and I won't make myself... Yeah, so we only got a 33 agility. We're not going to be able to get better. I mean, we could take a 31 instead, but I don't think... 33 is a good agility. Not terrible. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Like, we managed to get slightly better stats. And actually a really good fellowship. Like, really personable. And good at stabbing, still. So, you know, not the fastest, but a little better at noticing. A little better at being tough, and much better at talking to people, which is key. For this guy, so I think we're good. Now we hit save. Then, hang on though. Okay. Starting experience. Here we go. Movement per round. Okay. All acolytes begin to play with some money, known as Dark Heresy as Throne Geld or just Thrones. This starting wealth can either be saved for later or spent immediately on additional equipment. Players should generate their starting wealth using table 1-9. Starting wealth based on your player's career path. Players receive all the listed starting gear for their career at no cost. As long as their GM approves, players may buy additional weapons, armor, and gear from Chapter 6 Armory at the listed prices. When buying items during character creation, players do not need to worry about availability of items. So, we can see what we can get. All acolytes gain a monthly income while in the employ of the Inquisitor. Refer to Table 1-9, Income and Social Class, to determine monthly income. Okay, let's roll for starting. A starting experience of 400 represents the fact that your acolyte is freshly recruited to the Inquisition, one amongst hundreds of conscripted by each Inquisitor. Surviving the 41st millennium is going to be tough, but the challenge of surviving and raising above the common herd is a rewarding one. If your game master is running a campaign intended for more experienced characters, you may decide to gift your character with additional starting experience and money. If this is the case, simply spend the XP as if you had earned them through play. Career paths describe the process in detail. For each 400 XP you are given, you receive a full month's wages. Okay. Well, the first thing we got to do is figure out how much money we got, which is 10 plus a D5. We do not get much money. We're broke, basically. Yeah, Scum get the least of all of them because, yeah, adepts get 100 plus a D10. I get 10 plus a D5 because, yeah. Okay, 1D5. Are we ready? We'll see what we can do. Besides, we'll see. We might be able to get a flesh and blood one, depending on what we roll on the, Okay, we got 4. Hey, 10 plus 4, so 14. Alright, okay. We got 14 throne, and we get a month's salary every 400 experience points. So, we get wealth, is 14 thrones plus how many per month? This is an important question. Cleric, guardsman, impure, scum. Ballistic skill, Oh. Oh, quick play. Okay, this is... let's see. 124. Okay. Oh. Alright. 124. Alright, fine. I'm gonna be there anyway. Money. As acolytes quickly discover, money is an essential part of what makes the Imperium tick. From the simple street hawkers of a grubby feral world up to the most powerful rogue traders, the flow of cash is a vital part of life. Wealth and money takes many forms throughout the Calixis sector. On some world, acolytes may find people trading with precious shell tokens or coins of rare metal, while on others they may encounter cloth, trade script, or currency tracked only in the circuits of cogitators. In Dark Heresy, all of these kinds of currency are referred to as throne geld, or thrones. A throne is a measurement of currency throughout the Calixis sector, secured against the massive amounts of wealth generated by the Imperial planetary tithes. In its most literal form, the throne geld refers to what is essentially the Emperor's money. You can use the throne to gauge the price of items from world to world, as well as the acolyte's own personal wealth, even though they may carry a myriad of different forms of currency. Yeah. I only sell L's, apparently. I'm not an L hawker, I'm an L hawk. In short, all acolytes gain a monthly income while in the employ of the Inquisitor. This represents money that generate in their spare time, doing other, sometimes shady jobs, investments, or trusts they might have, or even a stipend from their illustrious employer. In game terms, however, a character always receives their income without having to specifically do anything. GMs, of course, are free to increase, decrease, or halt the acolyte's income should he decide to plot calls for it, or if they're not pleasing their master. 20. Okay. C table. Okay. Yes. Ooh, yeah, I have a whole separate table for being scum. Okay. All income is based on social class. An acolyte's starting career path determines social class and consequently starting wealth. All of this does not, of course, prelude a character from engaging in other money-making schemes during play. Okay. Every time a character gains a new rank in their career path, their monthly income may increase, subject to GM's agreement, but the amount increased, indicated in the rank increase column, for example, a guardsman has basic monthly income of 50 thrones. This will increase to 55 thrones after he achieves second rank in career path. GM should feel free to change the rank-based income depending on such achievements as titles and honors, which would not otherwise have any game effect. Players with characters on the scum career path should roll the d10 and refer to table 5-2 scum income in order to calculate thrones they earn each month. Oh, here we go. So yeah. Okay. Pincher Smith, under Hiver Scum, calculates his income rolling a d10 and consulting the table. Pincher rolls a 6, so his income comes mainly from stealing. Now Pincher works out his income is 28 thrones, rolls 3d10, ability bonus of 3, giving 3, 4, and 6, a total of 13, adds to his 15, giving me a total of 28. Oh, 15 plus ability bonus number of d10s. Okay. So, let's do it. All right. We are going to start with, we'll use the special sparkly d10. So we're going to roll a d10, which determines whether I'm scamming, stealing, scrounging, scheming, or I'm just really lucky. Eight, which is scheming. Okay. Okay. I got an 8, not a 3. So there. Right. So, which means I am scheme. Which means, intelligence bonus, number of d10. So 15 plus an intelligence bonus is 3. So 15 plus 3d10 is math time. Well, rolling time and then math time. So 15 times 3d10. Ready? Oh, sorry. I should show you the I forgot to put it back. That's the chart I'm working on. Not that one. I said percent that one. I mean, yeah, probably. All right, 3d10. Okay, that's a 9 and a 1 and a 4. So, 9, 1, and 4 is 10, 14, plus 15. So 14 plus 15 is 14 plus 15 is 29. So I get 29 per month. Let me look at something real quick. All right, 29 per month. So scheming. And 29 per month. All right. Okay. I'll re-roll it if you insist. All right. I'm re-rolling. Sheesh. 3d10s. Ready? That's a 2, a 10, and a 4, which is 16. And 16 plus 15 is 31. There we go. I'm getting richer. That's what happens when you have friends who have the Jiggy Whatsits. Oh, also, on Saturday, you still have a Majiggy Whatsit thing that you have to be determined. It doesn't have to be this Saturday if you're, but you just remember you have it in the bank. You get to choose a special Saturday stream. Okay. Availability, that's yeah, no. If you don't, it doesn't have to be this Saturday. Part of the choice of guarantee a Saturday is you get to pick the date, or at least get to veto dates. I know that on Saturday that's Sunday, the 6th, is I will be at a bridal shower. It's my first one since coming out, so I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll see how it goes. That is very unfair to you. Well, hang on. While thrones are a common term throughout the sector, most citizens continue to use the local names for currency. These can vary widely from one planet to the next and may even differ within the world itself. Some of the more prominent terms for thrones within the Calixtic sector include scripts, golds, and scabs. All these terms are used in the hive of Scintilla and have become synonymous with the most valuable denominations of thrones, based in no small part of that world's excessive level of wealth. Yeah, exactly. But Michaela is awesome, and I want to go, so I'll play Femme, and it'll be a good time. I have a dress that I'll wear. It'll be nice. Souls. On the world of Jocanthos, many believe that the money is forever stained by the blood of mercenaries, giving rise to the idea of trading in the souls of fallen warriors. Rounds. Used in the depths of Gunmetal City, where actual bullets are sometimes used as currency. Chips or lumps. In the mines and villages of Septis Secundus, life revolves around endless mining, to the point where chips and lumps of ore are synonymous with thrones. Lords and ladies. On the medieval backwater of Acreage, each noble is responsible for minting his own coins, with the value of each make of coin being tied directly to the fortunes of the lord or lady whose likeness it bears. Yep, that's the whole point, isn't it? That's why I always present mask at work, is because it's a whole thing. It's a minefield of navigation of, it's always weird presenting as femme, because I'm like, I don't want people to, associate that with me, but also, it's not like it's a whole thing. Scales are fins. On the water world of Besteris, fish are found in all aspects of life, to the point of being particularly flush with cash is often referred to as having a shoal of fins or looking a bit scaly. It is what it is. I'm doing the best I can. I wouldn't want to be back closeted pretending I was, still a woman. I'm happy, I do the best I can. It's not so bad. Learning. I'm good on rolls, actually, because we have a whole thing. Having money does not always... Possibly. At some point. Having money does not always guarantee the desired good or service is at hand. Squalid medieval worlds are a lot less likely to have expensive goods than marketplaces of a hive city. Moreover, finding a high-quality weapon on a backwater planet is more difficult than locating such a weapon in a teeming metropolis. To respect availability, each piece of equipment or service has associated availability ranging from abundant to very rare. GMs can use the following guidelines for a starting point for determining whether a place has such an item or not. Characters searching for a particular item or service must make successful inquiry test modified by the availability of the item. Provides baseline modifier for inquiry test to find an item in a community of 1,000 people or less. Yeah. Keep them. No, true. Keep them for... I do so much character creation. I roll so often. You can keep them. Use when see fit. For communities larger than 1,000 people, reduce the difficulty for finding an object by 1 step for communities of 10,000 or less, 2 steps for communities of 10,000 or more. If the community has 100 people or less, increase the difficulty by 1 step. Shows the difficulty change based on population size. Okay. Acolyte stipend. Okay. This is good to know. So we have the money. That would be handy if you could do rerolls. That would be, or, that would be a handy dandy thing to have. Let's see. Dark Age of Technology. Let's see. We go back to, I believe we got 400 experience points. So we can, we have, okay, Savant, okay, nope, we need to go down. Scholar, Scum, here we go. Let's see. I have 400 experience points, and I have, barter, charm, dodge, drive, ground vehicle. I feel like that's an important one. Navigation, surface, basic weapon training, primitive. I have that already. Okay, let's start with drive, ground vehicle, because I feel like I don't think we're going to need to be able to swim. Ambidextrous, unremarkable, agility of 30, which we do have. Sound constitution. Okay, or thrown weapon training. So we could, okay. And then we could just bump stuff up. Like, I'd bump up the fellowship. I don't think I need to. But, ballistic skill. Okay, so each one is 5 points. So I could bump up ballistic skill by 5 points. Agility. You know what? I'm going to bump agility. I'm going to use the 100. Okay, we start with XP. Being able to yeet people could be very useful. Okay. Let's start with 400 so far. Let's go with yeah, we're gonna go with drive, ground vehicle under skills. I don't know if it. And then fellowship. No, we want another agility. So that makes that 300. Bring that down to 200, and we can bump the agility up by 5, which brings us to 38, which is a good start. Okay. I think as we'll figure out we'll roll on chart 1, and blah. Alright, wounds 11. Okay, hang on. What else we got? Barter. Ambidextrous would be useful. And we had to choose one of them so we could get the other one. Let's do increase in ballistic. 200 left. So I can do increase in ballistic and ambidextrous. Okay, let's do that. We'll do increase ballistic by 5. So that makes that 39. And that brings that down to that. And then we got one more, which we agreed was gonna be ambidextrous. Okay, that's a talent. Beautiful. Okay. That makes 0 out of 400, but also we now have some cool stuff. Okay. Now, last and finally not least. Last but certainly not least, rather. We have a character. This is all the mechanical stuff, so what we need is... we're gonna... Move this down. Give me a minute. Give me, yes, this one. We're gonna roll... D5. We're gonna do a D10 and a D100. Because... let's do it. You ready? We're gonna roll for gender and sexuality. Let's do this. Alright, that's a 3 and a 76. Gay. He's gay. Okay, he is gay. He is male and gay. Okay, so... this is gay man. What is his name? This is an important question. What do I name this guy? He is gay. He is, decent at stabbing people. He is a lot of things. But he needs a name. What is his name? Maybe not. It's always interesting to get NBs, but no, not necessarily. Because when you are, as, you know, if I were hoping for a particular role, I could just choose, you know what I mean? But I like the variety. Because I think it adds to the character. I'm not, you know... I mean, I'm kind of... it'd be kind of annoying to get a straight girl. But, it's the end of the world, you know? Yeah. Straight girls, none of it's... Yeah. Kinda, I guess. I don't know, I think it's more interesting than anything. Also true. But once you are out being gender, you know what I mean? Then it's not like, oh, well, I wasn't gonna play a male character, but dice. Like, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? Or I wasn't gonna play a gay character, but dice. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, it just is. You know what I mean? No, it is an interesting thought. Do you have a good idea for a name, or should I roll for it? Because we have a whole chart from the other one. And we're book full of names for guys, so we could give him a name, because a name would be good for him. He needs one. Sorry, I'm... Guy. Oh! You know what? Okay. For now, that's his name. Like Guy de Maupassant. He wrote The Necklace, I believe. Guy de Maupassant. Alright. I think so. I think we have a character. And I also think that I am falling asleep. Let me pop that back up real quick. I have it. Guy Bertrand. Guy Bertrand. Alright. Bien sûr. Bien sûr. Okay, let me find the thing, though. Voila. Okay. Alright. He is all set up. I mean, he's not gonna shy away from snugging a baguette every now and then if he's hungry. Alright, let's see. No, we already downloaded it, it's fine. I just want to check. Let's see. Is anyone else up and active that you know? Nope. No one? No one's around. Is there anyone, around who's live right now that you want to raid? Someone cool looking? Alright. Now I guess we're not raiding. It's good. Tomorrow, I'm going to stream around 1:30. So, look for that. Yeah. Yeah. In which case, good night. Thanks for watching. The Discord, you know about, ooh, sweet birthday money. Yes, absolutely. Make sure that gets to the bank. Alright. But yeah. Discord, thank you for watching. I'm still Lee. Have a good night, everyone.